all those jokes later.
You're going to be a senator soon.
HR would like to talk.
Well, we have 4 weeks to watch this movie, Bloody. It was The Fifth Element. Thanks everyone for joining.
Thank you for giving me the grace.
Mm-hmm. We had a week to watch 1.25 of the movie. Dabney, that was your joke.
Yeah,
So
it didn't make sense the way you told it. But, okay.
I just had to throw it in there, for posterity.
1.25 of the movie. The joke is it's
1.25
element. Oh, never mind.
It's all elemental.
It's dead now.
I started with fire, and then my quarter was water. I used it. Bloody, you picked this awesome movie. You picked it 4 weeks ago, but I'm glad you survived your surprise vacation. And
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Hopefully you let the kids watch this movie. It is PG-13. You can be the cool dad on vacation, and it's entertaining as hell. Why did you pick The Fifth Element? 1997.
Thank you. I picked this movie, and I really didn't do it for any sentimental reason. I was scrolling through the TV guide the other day, and I saw The Fifth Element. I was like, you know what? I haven't seen this movie in quite a long time, and I was just like, in my week, I was like, it's got to be coming up soon. So I was between this and another movie, which I'll pick for another time. But I was just like,
spoilers.
This was just well, not really, because I didn't say that the movie was. But I was like, I just remember kind of having fun watching this movie, and when Chris Tucker, when he shoos people away, I do remember my father. He always got a kick out of that. So I guess maybe I picked it because that was a funny part in the movie. My dad would always try to make that sound. Yeah, exactly. That. Yeah, thank you. I wasn't gonna try it.
Telling you to buzz off.
Acting.
And so,
My soundboard.
I've always enjoyed the movie, so we could get to starting the movie. So, what I like about the movie, watching it fresh today, is I was like, I always thought the movie was like campy from the beginning to the end. Well, that's not the case. Like, I quickly found out that the movie was pretty serious up until about 15 to 20 minutes into the movie. And I mean, when they do the title cast of the movie, you see the name Luke Perry. And I initially was like, Luke Perry's in this movie? And I was really confused. And then he's like the very first scene in the movie.
Yeah, it threw me off too.
Young archaeologist.
So I thank you for picking the movie. It's one of my personal favorites too, just growing up with it. We're going to be discussing it with Sir Louis here with us.
I'd like to plead the Fifth Element.
And, well, you got to have to say something. Mr. Non-incriminating Dabney.
Hey-ho.
He's going to give us the fifth degree on this movie?
Absolutely.
And then our person with the 5 letters in his name is Goose.
I am a meat popsicle.
Loves a fifth of wine.
And we're gonna get into it. And thanks everyone for listening. A quick shout out to Series Oh No, who is a old GTA playmate. She will always load up and do races with us. And we caught up one day recently, and she said she misses hearing us on Sunday nights, although we still have our fun just off mic, and we still stream our shenanigans. And she caught up with our podcast, and she at least got some old goodness from us and new takes of old things, and she's just caught up and enjoyed listening to us. And Dabney thinks it's weird. I think I force everybody to listen because I promote it. I throw it in people's face, and then I call them weird when they watch it. So, thanks
I
again.
think it's weird that anybody would watch this nonsense.
Thanks for listening.
Yeah, they're going to listen, Dabney. They're not going to watch me drive around.
And I'm judging every one of them.
Please ignore the misanthropy. Let's continue.
Nah,
I'm
we're
the
just
good
gonna
one.
hate on everyone that watches us. So, the Fifth Element does start out with Luke Perry, and he is an archaeologist with an older, more sophisticated one, and there's some priests involved. And you want to take it from here, Bloody?
Yeah, so The Fifth Element is about a movie where there's an apocalyptic event to the Earth, and it happens every 5,000 years. And so what happens is they get these five different elements, which you find out are earth, wind, fire, uh, rain, but
What?
then the fifth element, or water, I'm sorry, and then the fifth element is an actual genetic, well, that's spoiler, is a genetically created perfect being, and those things all together create Captain Planet, which then
There it is.
destroy this evil or
Pollution
fixed,
ball.
yeah, basically fix whatever's wrong. So basically, I'm pretty sure this movie was the premise of the inspiration for the Captain Planet.
Well, the
Um,
Aztec Turner.
it does. So, beginning of the movie starts out where this little kid is running to bring some water, bring something to these people, and they are uncovering the hieroglyphs, and then the guy comes up and goes, "Oh no, they know too much," and he's about to stop them. And then these aliens come in who are like, "Hey, they're like, you think they're coming in to like eliminate people, when in reality they're there to be very peaceful." And they are, which is like really interesting. You're like sitting there going, "What is going on?" They said there's a big threat coming, and so they take all five elements with them, and at this time, the fifth
Four.
element, no, the fifth element, they're like hovering over the ground, and at this time, it just looks like a tomb. So it's like, is this a lightning rod or something like that? All these elements shoot or whatever, and then the scene ends, and then it goes 300 years. But I'll let other people talk about that scene if they want.
I like the alluding to the Fifth Element. In a quick history, I know the Japanese thought the Fifth Element, after you cover Earth, Wind, Fire, and Water, is life or void. They called it void somehow, and it's just power, life, or light, and um, really,
Alchemy.
yeah, like it's like an intangible, but we're all a part of it. It's like the energy of life, and it's also the void of other elements, and it goes into it.
Older
But
the alchemist called it the quintessence. There's the fifth quin, meaning five, and it was thought to be like the secret ingredient that
so
connects
their
everything.
fifth was also like life, like the spice of life.
I
Now,
hope you
correct
young
me if I'm wrong,
alchemists are
but
taking notes.
this movie is based on a true story, right?
It's
What?
funny. It's based on some guy
That's what I
claimed to
heard.
say it's based off his novel, and he sued them. But then later, it found out it turned out that he helped with the original concept and early art design. So the court's like, of course, it looks like your shit. Like you helped them out. And I'll have to get the name of that novel, but like a
Dune.
lot of stuff he described in his novel is shown in this sci-fi stuff, which I guess he forgot he worked on.
I
It
mean,
happens.
I think that first 5 or 10 minutes or so, like, it really sets you up to think this is a certain kind of movie, and then it becomes a whiplash of cartoonishness afterwards. Like,
Yeah,
it's very like Indiana Jones, 80s dusty realism. Very like big, bulky, like barely articulate puppetry for the aliens. Like very very much of that time.
the big baddies coming in the temple at the beginning, they look so intimidating. They look like death robots, warriors. And the guy's like, "Are you German?" And he's like, "Nope." Did you guys catch that?
I
Pretty,
did.
pretty
What is
pretty
this,
powerful
Volkswagen?
line. I mean, fuck. I mean, I had to go back. I was like, I forgot that happened. Like, if you think of the stormtroopers in like their fucking leather warrior get up, they basically had the same death appeal marching in a room like that.
Yeah,
Hmm.
wearing masks so you can't see their face, excessive body armor. It was very impressive in that movie.
Yeah. I bet if they had the technology, they would have invented something like electrocuting gloves or something, taser gloves. Who knows? Time
Instead of
will
a
tell.
badge, they just had a big flock camera shining.
I missed the flock camera. Makes sense though.
Somebody famous did the design for these, like some fashion designer, I believe. Does anybody know?
Shit, what's his name? Well, the a lot of the production design was done by Mobius, the comic book artist.
I did not know that. I'm a
Yep.
fan of his. Very cool.
If you look
Didn't
at
know that.
particularly like all the whole car sequence and the city stuff, you can see it very much looks like.
Mhm.
If I had known that before I'd seen the movie, I would have enjoyed the movie more.
Very bright, vibrant film. A lot of
And
French influences, which the director is French, but I love the color palette. And like, even though it was dingy and cluttered, it just still had its vibrant feel.
costumes were Gautier, that's right.
That's it.
Jean-Paul Gaultier,
Oh, say it how you want.
who also
But it
did a lot of
definitely-
stuff for Madonna in the day.
It gave it its own distinct look. There's no other
Mhm.
sci-fi that looks
Mhm.
like that anywhere.
Yeah, I mean, it was interesting. You know, I mean, he was a fashion designer, really. So,
Look what
It-
Geiger did with Aliens.
yeah, the design of the film to me has always been the most, interesting thing. It does just have a really remarkable vision to it, and it does look like an imaginative comic book.
It reminds me of a serialized comic you would see in Heavy Metal, the British anthology. Like that's what it reminds me of.
Well, we know the origins of
Which is cool.
what was the the cab driver in Heavy Metal?
Oh, Herb? He's a reoccurring character for them. I don't know if it was Herb.
I forget his
Anyway.
name, but we talked about him in one episode of this. But
Yes, the heavy
he
metal.
inspired Corbin Dallas in this movie. Bruce's character, like the
Yeah, okay.
yeah, either it was
There's even-
inspired or just loosely like kind of based it off. But I mean, you can't
Well, there's
deny
even a
it.
scene where in Corbin Dallas's apartment, he's got like this collection of weapons he's taken off of people, and that was a throwback from the Heavy Metal. The cab driver would disintegrate somebody in the back seat and take their weapons and put them in the glove box. But I digest.
It was also, I think, the most expensive, by the way, French film ever made at the time. Cost
The
them
Fifth
90
Element?
million
Game?
back. What's that? The Fifth Element.
Wow.
For a French movie, was very expensive. It was like $90 million.
Jean-Paul Gaultier. I want to see who tried to sue them. Comic writer Alejandro Jodorowsky
Oh,
Oh,
Jodorowsky?
Jodorowsky.
and artist
No shit.
Jean
Oh, wow.
Giraud Mobius sued the director Benson, saying they ripped off the legendary graphic novel The Incal. I'm not familiar. INCAL.
No.
And
Cal.
Briefly.
but yeah, it turns out that they helped with the original concept art of the film. So, it was just thrown out immediately. Like after that was revealed, I guess, because they had no fucking water.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Did you say Mobius was one of the...
Well,
Once you sued?
after Jean Giraud, in parentheses, they have Mobius, Moebius.
Okay, so that's his... Yeah. His
Is that his
Not like
handle,
the
his alias?
not like the musician Dabney.
Okay. No,
What
but
about
yes,
Morbius?
he hired Mobius to do concept art. He designed, like I said, a lot of it.
Those guys don't
And-
get enough credit.
Fun fact, the Incal was born out of Jodorowsky's failed attempt to adapt Dune.
Well,
I
Dune was
joking.
dark and
Wow.
grim. This was vibrant, and I'm glad that we have both now.
I manifest.
So, After the intro and Luke Perry, by the way, Luke Perry's son's a wrestler. He's wrestling this weekend. Um, we cut to modern times, 30 days, 300 years later.
Yep,
Um,
yep.
there's some kind of prophecy like evil will return in 300 years, and those big baddie aliens are like, well, in 300 years, so shall we? We'll fight them off again then. Um, Tommy Lister Jr. is the president, who was
Debo.
a wrestler as well, and I'm gonna watch wrestling this weekend. We're going to be introduced into Corbin Dallas, who is a tiny living enthusiast. I guess if you guys have
Retired
seen the
special forces,
if you guys
he's
have seen those Japanese tiny living comedy places, like
cab driver now.
yeah, he's just kind of down on his luck. Nothing's really going his way, but he's looking for, as he says, the one, and he just cannot find her.
Tell me
yeah,
about
he's a bit of a
Yeah.
kissless version.
I did appreciate the fucking tweaker that tried to rob him though had the fucking picture of the hallway on his helmet.
it. That was a great performance.
That was
I
a
laughed
great
my
bit.
ass off at that
Yeah,
guy.
they had a lot of small things to world build this movie. They
Yeah.
only had one movie, so
Well, yeah. How many times are you gonna save the world? Are you gonna do 6 helmet?
well, I mean,
Well,
if
it's
he
Bruce
lives for
Willis, a
300
lot.
years, there will be a third. I'm not going to ruin the ending.
This was before he
Bruce
was too old
Willis
for this shit.
saved the world more times than maybe anybody.
All with a headache, and he never
I mean,
got his
Doctor
damn
Who.
Excedrin. So,
So yeah, then
talking American.
Corbin Dallas just
Sure.
starts, going on his normal job, barely surviving with his shitty driving record.
And
as a kid, I loved his home. Like looking at it now, his home is like a futuristic bureaucratic nightmare. But I loved how like it was futuristic. It was all right there, all like you had everything in one room. Shit folded in
noodles
and
guy
out,
comes
and it
right to your
cleaned
window.
itself.
It was meant to be urban dystopia.
Yeah, I mean it was like the Homes of Tomorrow cartoons, but like
Right?
the lowest bidder built it. So
Well, and
I mean,
the infrastructure that would be required for like the fold-out bed and the fold-out fridge and the little fucking all those pieces would require so much more room around the apartment that they wouldn't be able to cram as many as possible, and they're kind of defeating the purpose, which I thought was hilarious.
yeah, that's a very good point. It's almost
Don't
as if it
ruin it
was
with your
designed to be
logic.
miserable. Huh?
Don't ruin it with logic.
How do the Japanese do it? They're tiny living.
It's IKEA. They just bought all the stuff at IKEA. That's all real
I
stuff.
have no IKEA.
Hell yeah. This
So
mhm.
they're working in a lab.
Late last night.
Yeah, they hit. Okay, so the ship that took the relics gets shot down 300 years later, and we don't know why. And then they were able to recover just like they say, just like a living organism, and it's just a hand. And so they take it to this lab, and thank God for technology, they were able to use Claude or Claude Fable 5.0 to rebuild this body, which ended up being the perfect being, which then introduces Mila Jovovich. Can someone say their last name for me?
Mia Jovovich.
Jovovich.
There you go.
And for a PG-13 movie, we get to see a set of
Mia.
breast immediately.
Side boob.
And no, you see nipple and everything. And
Mila Jovovich.
Technically, it was more on the other side of the nipple visible, so it wasn't just. A side.
That was pretty cool. Also, you guys
Oh.
want to meet after class? I got a National Geographic I want to show you. Blow your
Dude.
mind, man.
Yeah, the military guy was like, "I need to take photos for research and blah blah blah."
I'll be in my bunk.
But yeah, I go into the actual like scene. Like they can like reconstruct people with a limb. They just use the DNA. They rebuild them. And hers worked so perfectly because her DNA was so advanced and compact
pure.
as if it
Clean.
was
Nobody
Special.
made.
hasn't
They
been
blew
stepped
the
on.
entire CGI budget in that like
Just-
1 minute thing.
Yeah.
It was great.
And
Well,
the funny thing is, they show him one DNA strand, and he goes, "This is her, this person, this," and it was 6 DNA strands, and so that made him perfect. So
Yeah,
now
it
we
was
know
a whole
if you wanna
cylinder.
be, yeah.
Her DNA is it's a cord, organic cord. You'll never break her.
She was the perfect X-Man.
Yeah, I guess she would be like Wolverine in a way.
Mutant pass.
She healed a lot. Well, there was a priest there watching
Not
everything,
yet.
and he was the
Well,
one, like I guess over the lineage. The priest 300 years ago passed down his learnings, and this is the guy that we have. His name's like Cedric
so we're kind
something.
of bypassing a part of the movie where they're on this ship looking at this planet of like fire and that's like moving around.
It
So we kind of
appears,
bypass that.
and
And
yeah,
the
so it appears
president
outside
is
of the Earth,
saying
and it's a big
the
ball of
president's
fire.
trying to figure out what to do with it, and this priest that we don't know who it is like, you shouldn't do anything. You should not touch it. You'll provoke it.
Cornelius.
And he's like, that is a thing of pure evil.
Yeah, evil begets evil. If you attack it, it will get stronger. And the military guy is like, "Have you seen the size of my missiles?" And then he unzips his pants and he hits fire. And sure enough, the big ball of flames gets bigger and stronger with each missile. And then they start to listen to the priest. But
Should always do.
shit goes haywire because the people on their way to deliver the one true being who can help defeat the evil, he gets attacked by I'll just say ugly aliens. Excuse me, ugly aliens, and it blows up, and the priest has just lost all hope, and all hope is lost. And Tommy Lister Jr., Mr. President, is pissed, and he sends the priest on his way to figure out what he's gonna do. Um,
Now we can
so
get to where Mila is, I'm sorry, soon to be named Lilo.
yeah, so
Lilo.
Lilo is her arms recovered from the wreckage when the ugly aliens attacked while she was en route to Earth, and they rebuild her. She is perfect. She can't be contained, and she escapes. She's like a. Uh-huh.
Yeah, nothing. She's crazy looking. She looks like Ronald McDonald with her hair.
The the iconic bandage outfit.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the bandage outfit, looking like something from Resident Evil.
Just cover the naughty bits.
Yeah,
Yeah.
man. Yeah, great visuals. She was iconic looking, and her made up language was like, it was infectious. It was cute. It was kind of scary, like she's casting the spell.
It's a
She
divine
must-
language. I don't know.
She
what
must
you're
have
talking about.
practiced that for a while. 'cause
She did.
not
A lot
make
of
that up
words
on
were
the spot.
backwards. Hmm.
But she nailed it. The inflection, the tone, all that. Like,
Hmm.
that was amazing.
Supreme glossolalia.
It was
real
supreme.
Solid.
Yeah, you need to know what she was saying, but how she was saying, and yeah, the inflection and tone. Good point.
She's more supreme than a pizza. But really, it was well done.
Oh yeah.
And she breaks free because she's like, no, I don't want to let you experiment on me. And she breaks free from the lab by jumping through the aluminum foil gold wall. I don't know if you remember that scene. It just like ripped like aluminum. It was gold painted aluminum foil for the wall. And
Yeah,
she
it was.
just
I thought it was supposed to
burst
be
through
like
it.
sturdy and military, but he's just like, I don't know.
Yeah, it wasn't even like the heavy duty aluminum foil.
Or maybe it was, and she's
Dollar
just
store
so
one.
strong. She just threw her body in it.
I did notice they used a lot of gold foil and a lot of gold like paneling for the backgrounds. Like they did use a lot of gunmetal, but they used a lot of gold for the day and like in an unusually. So you know what I mean?
Yeah, shiny.
Yeah, it had that kind of palette.
So she jumps out of a vent off the building. Well, before that, we get a great scene of like the futuristic dystopian of just buildings built up, like a city built up higher than the the clouds. There's just the air is filled with traffic on many levels, and she just falls. Like she just jumps and she lands on our guy Corbin's taxi. Like, what are the chances of that? Like all the traffic zooming around, and she
I mean,
just
Anakin Skywalker does it, but
Lands with the big bada boom.
Yeah, but
bada
that's what I
boom.
mean. You can only do that if you're like one of the chosen one, like Anakin or Milu.
She was dodging all those lightsabers.
So we had a great chase scene there. The other half of the CGI budget. It's kind of cool.
Yeah,
Through the McDonald's drive-through because corporate ads are still a thing in the 24th century or whatever.
And there's still an ad in this current century.
oh yeah.
You are the ad. Somebody's got a motor bunny.
But yeah,
We-
no, some
We
great
hear your
physical
gun
comedy,
firing. Whoever's
great
playing right
prompts. Oh, that's true. Your gun is loud.
now. Your haptic feedback.
Give him hell, Helldiver.
So it comes down to Corbin's got this very attractive stranger who's
And he
endearing.
kind of follows Smitten right away.
Yeah,
You
he
know?
digs her. But he's only got 1 point left on his license. It's kind of a problem.
It keeps dwindling. He lies and says 50. He actually has 5. When she bursts through the ceiling, he's down to 1. And he's got to give her up. Like the cops fly in next to him. They dock him like they with a cord. And they're about to extract her. But he's like, fuck it. He zooms off. And yeah, that starts the epic chase scene. I like the how they spent the budget on this scene. I just think they could have used a lot more wreckage. I guess I wanted to see wreckage. Like the cop cars were kind of too pristine, but that's just me. I looked it up. That guy from Heavy Metal, his name is Harry Canyon. So Harry Canyon had his own flying chase scene in that
Harry
feature.
Canyon, really?
Yeah.
That's right. It is absolutely the case. That is his name.
Yeah.
What's wrong with Harry Canyon?
Well, mine kind of itches a
Is
bit,
that like a
but
furry taco?
Hey, now.
Just so.
It's a fine publication.
it's a fur burger.
That's what Harry Canyon likes to eat in the mornings.
Before she passes out after the big chase, she says, "What was his name? Something Cornelius,
Cornelius.
Don Cornelius.
Cedric Cornelius." So he brings her to the priest. He's all like
She wants to get
giddy.
on Soul Train.
Yeah. He's
I
all
get it.
he's all giddy. This is the one here, and he like shoes off. He shoes off Harry Canyon. No, Corbin Denver, and before he gets shooed off, there's a weird scene where he tries to wake her up, or maybe not trying to wake her up, kissing her, and then she
Like you do.
yeah, I get
Yeah,
like
well,
like
I
the
mean,
male
who wouldn't?
protagonist is allowed to do.
Immediate gun to the forehead, not without my consent, she says.
Yeah,
Check
Good
to
for
see if
her.
grandma's dead.
and he's like, fair enough, fair enough. And then, well, when he gets back home, he's all like, shouldn't have done that, shouldn't have done that. But at least like it was established that he is a bit lovesick, and you know he has problems, and so maybe he's not really a rapist. So
Sure.
we all
Well,
grow.
I mean, a non-consensual kiss is different than non-consensual sex, but only by a degree.
By a degree.
He got a gun to his face, so I think he knows better. This is where, what was it, bloody 30 minutes in?
30 minutes in that's when about the
The
little
priest
bit of
goes to
campiness has gone
Zorg.
by.
We gotta go to the
Yeah.
priest going to Zorg, but yeah.
Yep, the priest goes to Zorg, but this is when the military comes to Corbin's house, and we kind of get to know Corbin has a weird relationship with his mother. She
What do you
just,
tell me? You?
That's pretty standard, I'd say.
Yeah, no.
It's healthy in some way. Well, before we talk about that, the priest was summoned by the quote art dealer that visited him, who ended up being the billionaire evil Zorg, and they have words about the one and the stones and like philosophy, and then Zorg like chokes on a cherry, and like the priest like just lets him choke and kind of lectures him like all that power, all the stuff you have, all the people that follow you, they can't save you from a cherry. They don't love you, like basically. And then he saves the guy's life.
Like I love you.
Yeah, yeah, and he's pats him on the back really, really fucking hard. He
Wait, I
spits out the
love you.
cherry, and I think this is the 30-minute mark is where you get really whimsical and cartoony in a good way with people because yeah, the military shows up to Corbin's place, but they're like, "Hey, go buddy," blah blah blah, joking around, and you have the meat popsicle joke. Um, but while the military is in his room because they have him on a mission to like protect somebody or whatever, they they get a knock on the door, and it's Lilo with the red ass hair, and he notices her on the monitor by the door, but that monitor screen showing the bright ass orange hair was missed by the military guy that just almost died by her. Like, how does that happen? Like, I think that was a kind of a plot hole. Like, you can see that screen, dude. You know who's at the door. Stop asking who's at the door. He just
Well,
tried
to
to
be
kill
fair, she's
you.
also had a mosaic, not a mosaic, god damn it, montage. There we go. She had a montage to learn English somewhere in there.
Oh yeah, she read the whole
Mhm.
internet.
Read
Yeah,
the whole
she can
internet,
scan.
as is the
Yeah.
meme.
She stopped at
Like you
V
do.
5. She stopped at V for now when she was
Chicken is
go,
good.
going
Yeah,
to
she
Z.
hadn't gotten to the W yet, which
Oh
is
yeah,
a
that's a
big
big thing.
point in the movie.
She doesn't know about Westworld.
That she will.
Water. That's a big part of the movie. Water is one of the elements.
Mhm.
Big bada boom.
um, so she comes in. He throws the military in the fridge, saying, "This is my ex. You have to hide." Blah blah blah. Um, and then her and the priest come in, and who else shows up? So like a third party shows up. Yes, he then has to hide Lilo and the priest in some of his tiny living furniture.
It's the military. It's like Tiny Lister's boys.
Oh, it was more of like the grunt cops, like the street cops, like or the SWAT team come to like give him some shit, right? Oh, and then they find that they go through the wrong door and they kill the wrong
Mhm.
Corbin, and that's how
Because
he's.
he put his name on the wrong door.
So he
Because
takes Lilo out of the shower. He takes the priest out of the newly saran wrapped bed, which he almost died. He shoos them out, and then he opens up the freezer, and the military guys are just frozen. He's not worried about them. He's like, you're not, he's not worried that they're dead. It was just such a cartoony fucking moment to turn on. But it worked somehow. Like the whole way the world has been built, like you kind of it welcome the whimsy scenes and like the really serious
mhm.
save the world moments.
It was sci-fi fantastical.
Yeah, so then we find out Corbin wins this. Right before this, we find out Corbin wins this contest to go on a trip, which that the go on a trip to some area,
Flossed in
and the
Paradise.
military.
Lost in
The
Paradise.
Lost
How
in
Yeah,
dare you not
Paradise.
tell me about that?
it's
You're
like
not
the
even calling your own mother about it. I see how it is.
don't invite your own mother. I carried you in my body. Yeah, it's like this movie's Catalina wine mixer. Like everyone's getting ready for the for the event. Lost in Paradise. Get your ticket. So he gets his ticket by a rigged radio
Yep,
contest.
just like the military used to do.
Yep, they chose him to send him on the mission.
And then the
Um,
priest ends up knocking him out and steals the tickets, and Corbin's none too happy with that.
mhm.
Hilarity ensues.
And so basically
Benny
all the
Hill.
parties went on this trip because the stones, the world-saving elemental stones, there's 4 of them, are there somewhere.
You should put them on a glove or something. Call it like the Stone Glove or something.
Would you say this movie has 4 MacGuffins or 5 or 2? Like there's a bag and then the girl.
Uh, I would say just the stones. I feel like
Yeah,
she's her own thing. We get to watch her grow,
and learn
kick ass.
and love and fight.
It's quite a journey.
So we see everyone. I like this moment when like all the interested parties are talking to the same stewardess to get on the big cruise flight to the big cruise ship. Um, Everyone has their own grift to kind of get on. Multiple people say they're Corbin to claim the winnings, but luckily the real Corbin with Lilo.
Please
Get
stand up.
Yeah,
Yeah,
they get boarded
as played by
together.
Bruce Willis.
And my boy B Will, he boarded that plane with L Lo, red hair, and the priest is a stowaway. You guys like that scene where like it was reggae music and like the fuel guys underneath the plane were like smoking weed and fueling things up, and then what
It's like
else
the
was
Titanic.
happening? Oh, they were burning. This is completely unnecessary, but it's another one of those things that they added for the world. They had those space mites, like in the cargo, that they had to burn with flamethrowers. It was like one of the common like maintenance or chores of the ship. Like, you got to burn all the space mites out before we load up. Like, yeah. Maybe you guys need to go back and watch that because it happened really fast.
Yes, I know.
Yeah.
I remember watching it. I just never thought it was funny.
It's not funny. It's just like, why? What was the point of showing those little
Oh,
things being burned and squeaking around? It was just one of the
it was to
whimsical
set up
parts
like,
of the
hey,
world.
this is how the priest is gonna get in.
Yeah. Did they use that flamethrower again? Like, you introduce a flamethrower, you got to use.
Yeah, yeah. When the Zorg shows like, here's a flamethrower, and I don't think they did use it.
Chekhov's flamethrower.
Yeah, it was just just noteworthy scene. Like, we
My
got to
buddy
throw
killed
this in
2 of
here.
them.
We made all these space mites.
I torched the last one with my flamethrower.
Yeah, I torched them.
From the Five Fists of McCluskey. Sorry. So, what had happened next was
What happened was
They we get to meet Ruby. What was his name?
Ruby Rod.
Ruby Rod.
Ruby Rad. And Bruce Willis walks in and gets put onto a television show where Ruby is literally gonna bang every female he sees of age and consent. And
Half consent.
yeah, that's true. Half consent. So he's a huge PR radio personality, which is apparently really big, and we see that Corbin, or he he is not part of wanting to be part of any of this. He just wants to do his mission, aka spend time with Lilo, and then also save the world at the same time. But
Simple Man.
yeah, simple man, and find his love. I think by banger, but what can I, can't stop him.
Don't say bang. Say make sex. It sounds classy.
Yeah, makes sense. But yeah, so he goes through the whole thing, and then he finally gets to meet back up with Lilo, and he immediately gets put to sleep because they go into hyperdrive to the cruise.
Oh yeah, no. The reason why they had the landing gear scene was because the priest. That's how he snuck in.
Mhm.
That's what
Yeah.
that shit was all about.
Yeah, you're right. And that scene of the landing gear, but it's just the whole like, let's fill it with space bites and burn them, and you can hear them
Well, like, I mean,
suffer.
how many times did we just go in vibes for a while with this, with the world building, right? Like they
Yeah,
really
Yep.
do like to pull away
yeah,
from the characters once in a while and just be like, all right, now we're going to show Ruby Rod
yeah,
going down on this airline stewardess as they are lifting off, you know?
yeah. And I enjoy it. That's why I like
They
mentioning it.
really,
It's
they
it's like
really
the
like
really small
dove into
things.
that scene of him like banging her.
Yeah, it was in unison of them taking off. Like she climaxed right when they took off, and her like legs. We need your seat in the upright positions. Like her legs were in the upright position at that point. Hi-oh.
But yeah, so
Um,
they finally get to the cruise, and Louis, what happens?
well, they get to the cruise. Ruby Rod whisks him away to do this publicity and all that. Corbin really can't be bothered. Um, I'm sorry, I got something in my ear.
Well, here's okay.
Someone's
So
controller
right
is
before
vibrating really
he,
hard.
okay, so right before he goes to sleep, Lilo says one of the most powerful things in the whole movie to him. She says, uh, I
Supreme
am
being.
a supreme being. I will protect you. You don't
Yeah,
protect me.
yeah. I save the world, not you, Corbin.
Yeah. But I think she was saying it in like a loving way, because she has starting to respect him.
Yeah,
Yeah,
she
she's Wonder
knows
Woman.
that
You're
he's
her
not in the
bitch.
danger. Yeah,
Yeah.
You know this was in the pre 9/11 world though, because the priest didn't immediately get thrown off the fucking flight, mid orbit when he popped out the rigging or whatever.
yeah. They got
True.
that
True.
dude was confused. Yeah, I bet he let him stay. Like, oh, hey, he played it off like, oh, have we
Have we
landed?
landed?
Good, good. Help me down, young chap. So just like the boarding scene with all parties talking to the same stewardess, all parties are now attending an opera of alien likes, and Corbin, because he's a contest winner, has the front row seat. But turns out the opera singer is his mission. He has to, I guess, protect her or preserve her. Um,
Nope. He needs to go get something from her.
yeah, but I don't think he knows that. He just knows that he needs to protect her for now, right? Like that's the military mission, like get her, get the stones kind of thing. But
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
um, so we don't know that. He just seems interested in the opera. By the way, I have to look up this song. I'm sorry I haven't done it
Yeah, the
before
demon
this.
dance.
Yeah, it's called the Demon Dance. Yeah, it's so cool. Like the breakdown,
It's really good.
like the dance music breakdown is a bit corny, like with the drum kit. It was kind of dated to like early '90s, late '80s, but the mix of her opera singing and her voice play was like top of the line. It was really alien and fit the scene.
Yeah,
I mean, they didn't have autotune back then, so
the lady who played her has a beautiful voice.
It was a different singer from the
You had
performance
the
for
actor and then you have the singer, right?
yeah,
The actress.
the actress who was married to Luc Besson until he had an affair with Mila Jovovich.
womp womp.
Oh,
Like you
Mila.
do
He had a type.
on these movies.
He had a damn type.
Yeah,
Well,
But the opera singer during the song, as it picks up, Lilo's in the background fighting people to the beat. It's really cool. Um, Everyone's getting in their spots. The ugly aliens show up and they shoot the opera singing alien. Um, Everyone clears out, but Corbin's there with the alien in her arms. Like, I can get you out. And she's like, no, like, you have to get the stones. Like, alluding to like that's the real mission. And he's like,
save
where
the
are they?
galaxy.
And well, they're inside me. And she dies, and he starts getting the stones out of her blue body. I guess there's a whole if there was a spinoff to this movie, I would want to see the origins of the opera singer and how she came about with the stones in her body and being the surrogate.
That would be cool.
Yeah.
This should make a good miniseries.
Yeah, this world is rife with possibilities. What's Bruce Willis up to?
He forgets.
I forget too, Bruce.
I hope they do another moonlighting.
Well,
But
um,
so the stones
after
are out.
the stones are out. After
Like
his
a kidney
henchman has
stone
failed,
passed.
Zorg takes matters in his own hands. Zorg is on the Zorg is on the ship. He plants a bomb. He takes the case with the MacGuffins in there. And I hope I'm not skipping over too much, but he escapes. And then we have the party of what's his name? Hot Rod.
Ruby Rod.
Ruby Rod, thank you. Corbin, Lilo, the priest, and his apprentice.
And so, how do
they're
we find out that the president? How is the president getting caught up to date on everything that's going on? By listening to Ruby's show.
Yeah. Oh, that's a good point. Yeah. Yeah. Ruby's show was cool. When we first were introduced into Ruby Rod, it was his show, and he was going everywhere. He was really energized. He was just acting like and cartoony. It was like a fever dream. But then I remember Daddy telling me that it wasn't supposed to be Chris Rock, right? Or Chris Tucker playing this character.
Tucker. No relation to Tucker Carlson. I don't think.
Daddy,
cousins.
you want to jump in? Like, who was this role meant for?
He had wanted it to be Prince, and Prince
What?
ultimately turned it down.
He wrote it for Prince, yeah. So like the song
It's
and the fucking
sex
ladies.
icon.
Yeah.
Yep.
So I think Chris Tucker did a great job. Like,
Oh, absolutely. Like a defining role for him back in the day.
like I know
It was.
Eddie Murphy kind of has like a Michael Jackson-esque to him sometimes, right? Like, Chris Tucker was like the counterpart of Prince. Like, but I think when AI is available to do this, I'm gonna redo this movie and just put Prince in that role. Like, I want to see it.
Yeah, that would have been sweet.
Kristen Prince.
In another world.
Hmm.
So Eric Stoltz, Marty McFly, and Prince as Ruby Rod.
Yep.
Yeah, I was pissed when he shot the opera singer. You guys remember so they kind of went around the room of all the important people there, and there was that one deaf guy who was like a really buff, pretty boy in like a wedding dress or like a white
celebrity, basically.
Yeah, he was like kind of
like
androgynous, but
like an athletic person is what it was.
Mm-hmm. And there was another like fighter or boxer, and then like. But he had a funny part where, he's deaf and he's like a big muscle, assumed to be dummy. And Corbin's like, yeah, Ray, throw me the gun. And Ray's like, he's nodding, like, yeah, I got you. And he throws like two like balls. Like, what were they? Like two like relaxed hand massage balls. And like, he's just smiling.
Stress
like,
balls.
Yeah, stress balls. And he's like, yeah, thanks, Ray. Like, you fucking, I wanted a gun. But interesting character. I don't know why they added him, but yeah, spin-off material. What's that guy's deal?
I think that at that point in the movie, it was like, how do we add a little bit of like campiness, more campiness to this?
Mm-hmm. It worked. I mean, it was random as fuck, but he was a funny character. And then when it was all said and done, he played like the victim, like, oh, it was so bad and stressful. But I threw the stress balls. So Gary Oldman, we should mention, plays Zord, right?
Yes.
And for some reason has a Southern accent, kind of like
Texas,
Texas
thought.
Is it
accent.
Texas? Okay.
Right on.
Well, what do you think, Goose? Texas?
Yeah, is that how
No,
y'all sound?
Kentucky, like
it's a lot different because he's got.
Because he
It's
always
a
sounded
hard
like
to
Ross
define
Perot
accent.
to me. Is who I thought he sounded
Kind of
exactly
a
like Ross Perot.
like a weird Kentuckian hybrid kind of thing. Yeah, no, there's because Texas is a little more like y'all and sauntering up on like a
yeah,
cowboy on
he
a
was a bit
horse, you know.
But do
sultry.
y'all remember Ross Perot
Yeah,
ran for president
Yeah,
one
oh,
time?
Chicken guy.
absolutely. The independent
Yeah,
president that
yeah, that
almost
No,
kind
that
of
was
clicked.
Purdue.
That
took
kind of
the yeah, he
clicked
did.
yeah.
accent.
If I
He was
recollect
Texan, wasn't
correctly, well, yeah,
he?
Philip,
Yeah,
get me
that's what I'm
pushed.
talking about.
I'm gonna fight this
yeah.
war
Southern
for my daddy.
Texas versus rural Texas.
I say from
Yeah.
Texas to Kentucky that you can find that accent between there.
Gary Oldman, who had no idea what he was doing there, but he owed Luc Besson a favor.
That makes
Well,
sense.
and he owned the role too. Like he fucking slayed, man.
Oh no,
Yeah, he did
Such
a
a
doubt.
great
good
job. I think he just figured if he
character.
was eccentric, he could sell it. So,
Pretty
he
much.
He
I mentioned
sold it
that
for me.
because when Zorg gets the case on his own, leaves the ship after he plants the bomb, he gets back on his ship. He has that array of emotions when he opens the box, and he just starts laughing and then crying, and he's like, "They're not there." Like I'm like, "All right, Gary, like, thanks for taking me on that roller coaster in like the 15 seconds." So Zorg does not have them. It was empty because they were inside the blue opera singer's body, who I would risk my life for.
I can fix her.
How did they get in there? Which
Some
orifice did they
spin-off
enter?
material. Let's see a little
Remember,
comic
they're
strip.
aliens.
So it's like Rogue One for her, basically.
I don't think she was meant to live too long because with those in her body, oh, she is an alien, so maybe it's
Yeah,
just what
you
they
don't know.
do.
Maybe she's got a pouch. Maybe
She's
she's
got a little pouch,
marsupial-like.
Maybe she lived and got
It
shot the
wasn't
next
necessarily
day,
her
like his
stomach,
fucking
right?
cake.
The old
Maybe she's
prison
got a
pocket.
little storage pouch in there.
Can I
Yeah,
fit in
maybe
there?
Right,
maybe
like
she
a
is a
marsupial,
kangaroo.
exactly.
Um,
Lots of
well,
weird things in her head.
Zorg realizes that, oh shit, I got to go back on the ship. He wades through the escaping people because the bomb alarm went off. Um,
And
so,
then he's like, "Oh, I gotta stop this bomb."
well, before that, it is so interesting to bring
Gotta
this
stop
up.
that bomb.
So before Ross Perot stops his own bomb, uh, I want to mention that this is one of those rare movies where the protagonist never interacts with the antagonist. Like Corbin
Huh.
never speaks with or sees Zorg. They briefly almost pass each other in the elevators in this part of the movie when Zorg has to go back. They get in the elevator and the Zorg steps out of the other one and just walks in front of their elevator that had just closed, and that's the closest they ever come. Um, so they're out, like our heroes are out, and they have the stones. Zorg stops the bomb. Sorry, go on, Bloody. This is where I just wanted to bring that up because that's pretty cool and rare. But now we're
Yeah,
at when Zorg stops his own bomb.
so Zorg stops the bomb right at 5 seconds. I mean, he makes it way more dramatic than he needed to be to stop it. And what was I gonna say is,
I don't know.
so he stops his own bomb at 5 seconds, but then the ugly guys were like,
The
no,
mongrels, what their name are,
yeah,
Monarchans.
yeah, mongrels, and they're like, no, fuck you, you're fucking dying, and they launch like an atomic bomb on the fucking thing, which is crazy. I was like, that's a little too much.
Yeah. Well, it's after everyone escaped supposedly because they were
Yeah.
shuffling
But
people out.
he's evil. How else do you be evil except in exaggerated, almost comical ways?
Speaking of evil, isn't it funny how like the impending doom, it's just a big ball of fire named evil, and then when he speaks to you, you just ooze black from your forehead. Like, that's what they're up against.
Take psychic damage.
Yeah. Well,
So they finally escape the boat.
yeah, Zorg's out of
just in
here.
the nick of time.
Yeah, Zorg's dead. And our heroes are in there. So, yeah,
From
sorry.
brain bleeds.
And then we find out that the creepy balloon or creepy planet is now going max speed at the world, at Earth. And they're like, hey, you got an hour and 57 minutes. And then we get the classic line, see you in 2 hours.
I'll call you back in 2 hours.
Yep.
Yeah.
Mad as hell. I'm not gonna shit. I'm not gonna be shit anymore. Remember that movie? It's good. Broadcast news, unrelated.
Not broadcast news.
I know it was network.
It gave me
Why
real
stop
Pauly
it
Shore
there?
vibes from.
Wasn't the line either, but fine. It's fine.
I want to be a fountain of information, not a leak. It's misinformation.
Yeah, there's no onions in this chat.
More like a flooding toilet.
What was that Pauly Shore movie in the desert with the chick that played Tank Girl?
Biodome?
Lawrence of
Not-
Arabia?
Not Biodome. What was it? Arabia?
Yeah, I think it was Larry
Oh,
Arabian.
it's in the army now. I
Yeah,
know
in the
it's
army now.
Larry
Thank
Arabian.
you. When Pauly Shore is talking to his superior and he's like, "Shut up," and he's like, "What did you say to me, boy?" And he picks the phone back up and he's like, "Shut up," and and I got vibes like that. Like, I'll call you back in 2 hours, Mr. President, and he just hangs up. But that's a weird fucking movie to bring up. Shout out to Pauly Shore. Shout out to
I've
Oh
done
No
a few
Series
fun ones,
again.
yeah.
Her YouTube is Oh No _ series. If we're doing shout outs.
That's right. Oh no.
Getting back on track with the evil on track to blow up the world. Back at it. We thought it was ruined, but it's still speeding faster to Earth. Zorg is dead, but the fucking big ball of evil is gonna fulfill its prophecy and blow up the Earth, right?
Yep, an hour and 57 minutes, and then they somehow make it to Earth in less time. And they have 5 minutes left.
Propelled by the power of love.
And
The
then
power of love is a curious thing.
they figure
Yes,
out
but
how
the power
to...
of Christ compels you.
I love this scene when they're trying to they're like monkeys trying to work a computer, or like hell,
They're just
monkeys
rocks
trying
with
to work
symbols on
fire,
So?
So they put all the stones around, and Lilo's kind of, well, we mentioned earlier, she was learning the encyclopedia. She stopped at V. Some point before this,
No,
she got a
she got
chance.
to W. Yeah, she got to
She
W.
did all the
Yeah,
cool
she picked it
letters.
back up, and then she continued, and she got the W, and then war fucking knocked her on her ass. She's like, why should humans be saved? Everything you make destroys. And she's
Now we
just
get to
like
the deep
passed
meaning
out.
of the movie.
Yeah, it is the meaning of the movie. Like, we create to destroy, and
But love.
But
this
what
movie's
about
so
love?
this
What
scene's
about
so
love?
intense. I love how
What
they
about
just
love?
purposely figure out that you need to blow on the windstone. You need to put earth or
It's
sand
because
on
he
the
sighed on it.
earthstone.
It was a complete and utter coincidence that any of them figured it out.
Yeah, he gave up and he's like, we're doomed. And he sighed and it started to move. And they're like, oh my God, like we gotta blow on
Hey, a win
wind.
is a win.
Yeah,
And,
no, give it to that Sundari motherfucker. He figured it out.
So this
You
part of the
blow
movie
on it.
never fails to get me intense and make me hold my breath.
The water one you
When he
piss
has
on.
the one match and he has to place the match on the stone and it's flickering. Like this as a kid, it made me like feel bad. Like I don't like what this movie's doing to me right now. Like just save the world. Like no one breathe, But they activated all the stones: earth, wind, fire,
It
water.
was a Tomb Raider puzzle. Yep.
Yep.
Yeah. It's was that you, Goose, who brought up that this is has a lot of it harkens back to Indiana Jones in some parts.
Yeah, it's like the 80s and 90s adventure flicks, right? Like they always use real practical applications. They were always very dusty and almost invariably in either northern Africa or the Middle East.
Yeah, something like foreign and mystical.
Well, I
Um,
mean,
Make it,
Indiana Jones just, made all those locations look so fun and exotic.
mhm. Well, you
except for
combine that with
Morocco,
like
never
the
go there and expect to not have diarrhea. Apparently,
just don't trust the street food. It's fun to
You
watch them
can't.
make it, but
But
you
it
don't you
looked
throw it
great.
away when they give it to you.
Yeah.
put it.
I mean, you can't really come to America and trust not to have diarrhea. So the
You got to know where to
chances.
go.
Also, the
Well,
French just love marching into North Africa.
That's another
that's another
podcast.
discussion.
That's a um. Well, yeah, you combine that goose with the European comic book like styles of like the conceptual artist, and it was just
Yeah,
really
because like
vibrant.
if you look at like a lot of the media from France in the mid '90s, like you had it was the era of Daft Punk, right? Like it was the era of this kind of pseudo futurism. They were real into the neons and like bright colors. It was like where the '80s kind of took root, right? Like um, I don't know. I enjoy a lot of the films of that era,
Yeah, right on.
and this to me is one of kind of like the peaks of that aesthetic, if you will.
This is right in between like crazy sci-fi art when we get into the Matrix later on in this decade, and in between the we just watched Blade Runner. Blade Runner looks so dated with their
Hmm.
graphic, not graphics, but like
Mm-hmm.
their computer interfaces.
And they were fucking pioneers at the time.
Yeah, but this movie, like, even though it's quirky interfaces, it doesn't look dated. It just looks whimsical, like the world, you know.
Yep,
Um,
I would also like to say back in the day when I was young, a young boy trying to figure out my way in this world,
Go on.
when I watched this movie for the first time, I thought this was like the future. I was like, this is what the future will look like. And now here I am in 2026, still waiting for a flying taxi.
It's not economical. It's what is it? Cumbersome. It's not
It's
practical.
dangerous. There are flying
We
cars
need to
out there. You
travel in
can.
tubes.
I mean, if you have about $500,000, I think it is, and get yourself a pilot's license, I've heard you can acquire a flying car that will convert from road to
Damn.
airtime.
Yeah,
But
but
also,
I don't have good money.
You don't have a
but
mic
but what
either.
happens? What
You're
happens
going in and
if your
out.
drunk ass crashes that motherfucker? Because a crash from the sky is a lot worse than a crash from below.
Yeah, it is
That's all I'm
dangerous.
saying.
Yeah, I wanted to see their ground. This is just littered with dead bodies, junk, and cars, like beneath the fog.
It's just tall buildings all the way down.
All right, let's. All right, intense scene over. The match lands on the thing. They activate all the stones, but there's only four stones. We need a fifth
There's a
element.
there's a
Bum,
pedestal.
bum.
We saw a graphic about it earlier. There was a whole ass sarcophagus. It was a thing.
The person has to stand, and she. This is where love comes into play. Even though she's the key and the weapon and the chosen one, she is still discouraged by war and gets kind of out of her element. And Bruce Willis, aka Corbin, has to prove to her that it's worth it. He has a lot of things worth fighting for that isn't ugly. And she's like love. And he's like, yes, like love. And then they kiss. It's not the rapey kiss, it's the good kiss that saves the world. And it
Which made
activates her.
It's the totally appropriate type of kiss between an old
Yeah.
man and a very young woman.
They got along backstage. So yeah, she like kisses and then she just spurts out a huge energy beam out of her mouth and cauterizes the flaming ball into a second moon, which alludes that the first moon was the original evil. What do you guys think?
Yeah,
Ah,
yes. And what blows my mind is that Earth, Wind, Fire, Water combine into Captain Planet.
Yeah, he was on
I
his
mean,
way.
And Aang the Airbender was right there behind him.
Speaking of Avatar, that opera singer looked like she would be from Avatar. Um,
Oh
man,
yeah,
so
that's the whole movie.
yeah,
Why so blue?
thank you for
Oh, I
picking
guess
that.
the ending part is the president comes to thank Corbin Dallas, and he's boinking in the tube.
You
That's
know, I
Yeah,
right.
was
they're
going
in
to
the
use a different word,
regeneration
but
tube.
boinking is appropriate. Yeah.
They're making sweet, sweet love.
Consensual, sweet, sweet love. He's learned.
Sweet,
He's learned his
sweet
lesson.
tube love.
Between a man and a woman half his age. Yeah, yeah.
Um,
You-
Yeah,
we'll do.
pretty much just over half his age.
Wait a minute, was it half his age, or completely his age, or was she like way older than him?
He
Well,
was in his like late 30s.
Because
interspecies
she was just
love.
born like 48 hours
She
before.
is an
It's a
alien,
little
so
unclear because she's, an ancient thing, and yet she's also was just born.
she's less than
But she
two
has
days old.
superior genetics, and so she is
Right,
the, you know,
right.
a superior race, if you will.
Yeah,
Yeah,
at
who's she
that
going to
part of
tell?
the
The
galaxy.
superior genetic
Also,
police?
maybe
She's the
in
only
their
one.
time, people age different. Maybe he's only supposed to be,
Yeah.
22.
Maybe you only have to be like 15 parsecs to get married.
300 years from now.
Super New York ages you swiftly.
Exactly. Super New
You know,
York ages you prematurely. It's like that guy in Elf.
I
It's
hate
like
that fucking movie.
he's like I'm like 28 years old.
So, you,
Jesus.
so the language she was speaking, it was a mix of backwards talking and French and Latin, I believe. But when she was saying multipass, and I'm bringing this up
Multipass.
because she was saying Mont de Pass, which is French for password. And
Whoa.
I know, man, Mont de Pass, not multipass, but it's just a meme now, and it's powerful, and it's not even what she was saying.
Not
Um,
LeBlanc.
yeah, she really owned that character. Great actors in this movie, solid character work. I'm going to leave the floor open for final thoughts of this Fifth Element movie.
uh, I'll start it out. So, final thoughts is this movie wasn't as campy as I remember it, but I truly enjoy just watching this movie, and I think it's a good fun time to watch. I definitely will wait until my son gets a little bit older to watch it. But with him, just because I know there's some scenes where there is some topless ladies and he'll get embarrassed
Only two scenes.
watching watching it with dad. But with that being said, it's just a good movie. If you want to put it on in the background, you can easily get caught up because the storyline doesn't move that fast.
But
Yeah,
it's also worth actually paying attention to.
You're right. There are some nuances that are pretty fun to watch.
yeah. Good gadgets.
I think it's a fun movie. I mean, I've seen it quite a few times over the years. I did watch it with my daughter. She thought it was kind of bonkers. It's insane. It's one of those movies that like shouldn't work, but somehow
Oh yeah.
it just holds together enough that the tone of everything works. So the design of it is I just think is fantastic. It looks great. I mean, I think they got a lot of bang for their buck. I mean, the practical, mass and puppetry of those guys mixed with some really nice CGI. I just think it holds up. It holds together. Again, despite being utterly ridiculous. But Luc Besson has had a mixed track record, but this is definitely one of his wins.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. No, this was definitely one of those like sci-fis that I still consider to be one of my like foundational sci-fi movies up there with like Dune, like the OG Dune, and like even Star Trek the series. Because again, foundational, not necessarily like the best or whatever, but the things that really mattered to me. This was one of them. I, you know, what is it? That one movie? I think that he did later on Valerian, the House of a Thousand
Valerian,
Suns, or whatever the
yeah,
fuck. Right.
and the City of a
Carrying on
Thousand
though.
Planets.
Thank you. I love the aesthetic of it. I love the acting, but that one missed in the same way this one hit. right?
Yep.
Like all the comedy beats in this one were really solid. Everyone took themselves seriously and they acted the shit out of their parts. Like everyone did a really good job of that. The background, the like the props and stuff, and like you said, the puppetry was all really well done. And like Bloody said, you just kind of lose yourself in the movie because it pulls you in. It's all like I said, it takes itself seriously in a way that's enjoyable. That I feel like a lot of the modern movies like to wink at us at the audience a little too much nowadays. You know what I mean?
Mm.
Like, so yeah, no, foundational movie for me. Excellent, excellent movie. Really, really love it. And who's next?
Uh, this was the movie that my gerbil died during, so it's kind of hard.
You hated that
That's
gerbil,
not.
man.
That's
Congratulations.
not. Well, the movie made me so mad, and then Scrappy started act. Well, I don't want to talk about it. Anyways, it was fun. It's a '90s movie, very much of the time. That's a big budget sci-fi looked like back then. I would consider it light sci-fi, worth seeing or renting, or if you're flipping through channels, if you know what that means. Um, it's silly. It's an afternoon matinee type movie for me, and I'll probably watch it again in another 4 to 5 years. Enough
It's
said.
a classic campy movie that will probably punch you for calling it campy because it can achieve much more. Um, I I just looked up the movie it reminds me of as far as the visuals. It's a French movie called The City of Lost Children,
Oh
and
Oh,
it
yeah,
has
that's a
the
great
great
choice,
same
movie.
great choice
as the
too. Yeah.
same costume designer. So hell yeah,
Does it?
like yeah, well, dudes, Jean-Paul Gaultier, yeah, he did
Huh.
fashion designer for both movies. Um, yeah, man, it just especially that who's that actor that was in this? He looked young. He was in like a sailor uniform. Um, he's in a lot of shit. Uh, let's
Not
see.
helpful.
Yeah, hold on.
Oh,
Let me
the
do
guy
it.
who's in a lot of shit. Yes, that guy.
Um, he looked like a sailor.
Um,
Um, sailor costume. I'm looking at the
I
guy
have to
right now,
drop
but
everybody.
you got a character name? Because I can't remember.
it was just he worked on the ship and he was like one of the stewardess or something.
So
Um,
quickly, I gotta drop. Thank you very much for watching this movie
hell yeah,
and
buddy.
discussing it with
Thank
me.
you. We're wrapping anyway. I'm just deadering around.
Yeah, you
Um,
are.
let's see the sailor. Anyway, when I saw the sailor costume by the famous actor in this movie, Fifth Element, I was like, man, this really reminds me of that French film. Just something about the futuristic, but they're still like wearing like normal clothes and it pops. And anyway, I feel vindicated. Same guy. City of Lost Children, steampunk French film. This was the Fifth Element, chosen by Bloody. Next time is going to be Mr. Louis. We're
Yeah,
going to
so we don't have to
watch The
pick the
Sixth
movie.
Element, just following in line. You,
Just keep it going.
we normally don't do this. I don't want to put people on the spot, but you've known for about a month. You know what you want to pick.
I have to run it by my team, and if I get the okay, we'll release it by tomorrow.
So it's going to be another surprise. We'll find out next in 2 weeks. But
Yeah.
I'm gonna sign out here.
Same bat time, same bat station.
We got sued last time we said that. I gotta cut that out now. All right, guys, peace out.
Bye.
Goodbye.